Rory, how the fuck are you?
I'm fucking great. I am great. Excited to be here. Good energy. How are you, Matthew, may I?
What are you, my grandmother, Matthew? Am I in trouble? Like, Rory, we just started.
You can call me Roriford. I don't know what the long hand of Rory would be. Aurora? Anyway, Matthew, maybe? I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well, but I feel like I'm in trouble all of a sudden.
Okay. I'll drop this chick. Hi, Matt.
Like, am I in trouble? You didn't say I wasn't in trouble.
That's still up in the air, my friend.
Okay.
Oh, I liked your audible sip. That was a good touch. I don't think I have that with the sake.
I'm not sure the audience actually appreciates it, but it sold the bit there. So
terrific.
That's what we're here to do. So we're starting a little late tonight because Rory had to go get paid.
I had something come up very last minute, and I'm grateful that things worked out and that Matt was flexible with me.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, What kind of monster would I be like, oh, no, don't get paid. Come do this podcast for free.
You know, man, there was a moment I was debating. My agent's like, Rory, you're not going to turn down, like this rate for like a podcast. I'm like, I was pushing against him a little bit. I was like, but I already had it planned. I'm not the kind of person that like drops stuff same day, bails the day of. So I was feeling a little conflicted. So I was very appreciative getting off that call with you afterward. Well,
I appreciate that it was actually a call too, by the way. Like,
right. Yeah. Like I said, man, I'm an old dog.
It was like, does Rory just want to judge the tone of my voice when I'm like, it's fine? Was that? Did I figure out your master plan there?
Well, no. It's a respect thing. It's like I need to inform him as soon as possible because we had this plan. Yeah.
And little did Rory know that that allowed me to not put on pants for much longer.
That's true. Yeah.
So, it was win-win for me.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really fuck up your day. I'm here. 1 hour late. Let me state for the record. Just 1 hour. That's not very much. So
that's on time in porno time.
Exactly. And I called ahead, so
it allowed me to finish the edit I was working on that I've been procrastinating on most of the day, that I would have been doing post-podcast if you had been on time. So it worked out beautifully. As I said, I didn't have to put on pants till an hour later. Hell, if anything, I'm a little upset that you got here as early as I
did. Yeah. Let the record show. I told him it might be 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and I was able to roll here by 8 p.m. And as much as he liked it, he also did not like it at the same time.
I think I responded with dope and then damn.
Well, first it was do-o and then dope because you typoed the first one.
Thanks for calling me out for my illiteracy on my own show.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real.
I'm keeping it real illiterate. Thanks, Rory. Thanks.
Wait, we never cheers, my friend.
We did not.
And now we drink.
So what have you been doing with yourself?
Oh, man. Busy times in my world. So I just hit my 1 year anniversary in the industry. That's the softest clap ever.
It's a golf clap.
Okay. Can I get some like poetry snaps?
I look like a beatnik to you?
All right. So I just hit 1 year in the
I'll go get my beret and shave it down to a goatee for you real quick and yo, cool, daddy, yo, cool.
And so I'm just gonna glaze over that
for a moment.
It gave me a visual.
Me in a black turtleneck with a beret snapping.
Yeah, actually.
With a cigarette dangling off.
Pretty suave. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We'll go to Paris and.
C'est la vie.
Anyways, I'm interrupting you with my bullshit, so.
I love it. So I just hit 1 year in the industry, and I guess what I've been doing since then is just trying to hone in further and further on, or closer and closer rather, on like my own branding, on who Rory Knox is. I spent the last year kind of stepping in, looking around. I got into the industry with zero background in sex work. I didn't do any camming or OnlyFans or any of that. So I mean,
how old school of you?
Let me say, I was hardly even like in porno culture, I hardly consumed it even.
What were you fapping to then?
Well, see, I was one of those girls who like wouldn't masturbate. Instead, I would just like get boys to fuck me.
What are you, Catholic guilt?
And that is my masturbation is going on Tinder, doing the whole rigmarole of finding the right one, meeting at the bar, doing the drinks and the talking, and then taking him to my car.
To your car? To your car? You don't even make him go get a hotel room?
No, I mean, okay, I would say more often we ended up at their place. But yeah, my car has seen action.
Pro move on not taking them back to yours, by the way. Pro move.
Well,
Well, no, because as the person initiating the hookup, it's a pro move because you're like, when I'm done here, I get to leave. I don't have to awkwardly ask them to leave.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I have had some incidents inviting people over who overstayed, but I think we've all had that. Anyway.
Well, this is why I don't bring them back here. I go to their place.
Yeah.
So that's why. So I can just leave.
That's fair. No, it's a baller move for sure. So as I was saying, I've always been a sexual. I have never done any sex work, but I've always been a very sexual person. Before I got into porn, I'd already fucked 200 dudes at least. And between 25 and 50 girls. I don't know. I lose track.
You're a fucking slacker. Only 200 dudes? Only 200? That is some fucking slacking numbers. A slacker.
Man, let me tell you, I was busy. What's your numbers, Matt?
I don't know.
I
have no clue what my numbers.
Stop keeping track at 2
this week.
Oh.
Anywho, no, I have no clue. It's really fucked up, like, because I've definitely like had partners I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have too at 200.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I abused Tinder. Well, I was very into escapism in a period of my life. And I don't know, meeting people, doing the thing, and I don't know, getting that satisfaction was part of my reprieve.
You never tried to husband anybody up?
I have been, and I'll throw this in air quotes for the listeners. I have been engaged, quote unquote, to two, I don't know, guys before. But this was when I was in the military. Mind you, I have an Air Force background. And I mean, it was mostly like the whim, like being infatuated with the guy and the idea of getting married to go to their duty station instead of mine. You know, another form of escapism, really. So yeah, those engagements, quote unquote, were very not very serious and not like structured under any kind of relationship, really. Isn't
that also part of military culture to like get married off quick?
Oh, it so is. Oh, I just got really loud when I turned toward the mic. Would you imagine that?
Oh my God, microphones, how do they work?
Oh my God, I know, right? Yeah, that absolutely is part of the military culture. And I mean, so is a bunch of just inappropriate sex with people you really shouldn't be having sex with.
I mean, you fuck a general?
Husbands, and I don't.
What's the highest rank?
I've never had sex with. Okay, probably. I've never had sex with an officer. You know,
at least when they're active duty.
Only on like the enlisted side. Actually, I think I might have fucked a pilot as I was a civilian after I got out of the military.
Does that count?
I mean, it doesn't count for while I was in service, so you know, like I won't count it. When I was in the military, you know, I was enlisted instead of on the officer side. So I think the highest I fucked was a master sergeant, an E8.
So for our
7,
mostly civilian,
E7.
Like normal civilian, not well, actually, they're mostly civilians on both fronts.
Yeah.
What is an E7?
So it's just like the tier, you know, so yeah, master sergeant, and below that is technical sergeant, staff sergeant, senior airman, airman first class, and airman basic, or airman and then airman basic. Anyway, so 7, the top is E9 on the enlisted. So I was 7 out of 9 is as high as I climbed. Yeah. Cool story. Anyway, would fuck, yeah. People's husbands in the military would, you know, get at me. I would take guys out. Like, onto the airfield because I worked. My position was airfield management, so I had access to all of the flight line in my little fucking truck, and I worked night shifts a lot. So I would just take a dude out to the ends of the airfield, fucking tucked away. Security forces couldn't find us or anything, and do the thing and then go back to work.
Wow, you are really about that vehicle sex, aren't you?
That's from my car. That's a great connection. I would do it in.
Do you feel uncomfortable having sex in a bed? Like,
I can't remember. Honestly, I cannot even remember last time I had sex in a car at this point. But yeah, I guess it was a pretty heavy venue earlier in my life. Even when I was in like tech school. After basic training, we went to tech school, and they kept us separated, males and females, and so it was almost impossible to commingle. But
that's probably very fucking intentional.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. The girls can't go to the guys' dorms and the guys can't go to the girls' dorms, so like you can't fuck in a bed. So I got more creative, people's cars, out at like the park behind bushes. Okay, maybe this is not very creative, but I was just a horny.
I hate to break it to you. Humans have been fucking outdoors longer than they haven't been fucking outdoors.
Hey, that's actually probably really true. Yeah.
Yeah, like the indoor civilization thing is, fairly recent in the whole history of humans fucking.
That's true. And look what we've done in that short amount of time. Like, we've created
a lot of bad shit. A lot of bad shit.
Well, yeah.
Fucking indoors not being one of them. I like fucking in climate control.
Anyway, where were we?
What, you don't like fucking in air conditioning? What's wrong with you?
No, I mean, it's lovely. I wouldn't say it's a need.
No, it falls under want.
Okay.
Like, it definitely falls under want. And like, the sex is the need.
I've never weighed like the location that I'm going to have sex on, how much, I don't know, insulation, cooling, and everything it has.
I don't know. Sometimes your balls are sweaty and you're like, I don't really want like shit to get worse.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Having sex in the summer and like they're sweating all over you. Yeah. You absolutely want to be in a cooled, controlled climate.
I mean, sometimes it's hot, but then afterwards, like, oh, we stink. We fucking stink.
Yeah. That is a thing.
I've been led to believe. I've been led to believe it's a thing. With my two partners ever.
Not me imagining you how you smell after sex, all raunch and sweaty.
Occasionally covered in blood. I'm not opposed to period sex.
Whatever you're into. Oh, okay. Period sex. I totally forgot that people have those. I've had an IUD for the last 6 or 7 years of my life, and I have not had like a regular period in that time. So I totally forgot that people do that. Get your Red Wings. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah. That's,
I'm not against. Back when I did bleed, like I'm totally not against it, And you know what they say? I don't know why I feel like inclined to like, if the river runs red, take the dirt road instead.
Whatever, just go into the river. Who cares? I mean,
don't forget your floaties.
I have been on record saying I will pull a clot out of my fucking beard. I don't care.
That was another visual I'm not sure how to feel about.
Go ahead and digest it. You can figure it out how you feel about it.
Yeah, no.
We don't need a reaction right this second.
I've had threesomes with another girl who was on her period, and the guy was also very heavily interested in
that's a ballsy move to be like, I'm taking on two partners while I'm bleeding. Most women I know are pretty self-conscious about having period sex in the first place.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm taking on two, that's wow. Bravo to her as well.
Yeah. It was definitely an ease into the comfort of the situation too. It's like, oh, I'm on my period, so I'll just play with you guys and not do anything. And then, next thing you'd know, I have like my hand inside her and I'm like putting it into his mouth all red and bloodied. And I don't know. It just escalated. But that wasn't her intention out the gate.
All right. Once you had a little fun.
There was a train of thought somewhere. Like I'm trying to like work backwards, figure out.
You got derailed by the pile of blood that you shoved into some dude's mouth. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure that dude will never forget you.
Anyway, so I never did sex work before getting into porn. Like, see, I remembered part of it.
You're like, I remembered what we were talking about.
Anyway, exactly.
So you'll be a good podcast host. You know where to bring.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I know what it's like listening to podcasts, you know? And it's like, well, we're getting so far on a tangent, but what was the thing that we were even coming from?
Well, I don't know if anyone warned you. The show's tangents a lot.
Yeah, no, I love that, but I'm always going to bring it back.
That's fine. I'm happy to be here for it. This is your show, Rory. I'm just here to help Sherpa it.
To help what?
Sherpa.
Sherpa. I thought that's the word that you used.
It is.
How do you define that as a verb?
The people that help you up Everest, the Sherpas.
Okay. So you're here to help me. Okay. No, I get it.
It works.
Yeah.
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 I'm not drunk enough to just like throw random shit out just yet. Also, in the Rory got here before I expected, I didn't eat, so I'm drinking on an empty stomach.
You know, I did the same thing. I said I was going to grab a bite and then head over here. And so I like drove to this area from my shoot and I was like, what do I want? I'll just go grab Chick-Fil-A. I drove 8 minutes.
You're admitting to bigoted chicken on the internet?
What? Oh. Shut up.
I mean, I'm not judging you. I eat there too. I'm just saying.
Plead the fifth.
A little late. You can't admit to the crime and then plead the fifth.
Oh, shit. I'm going to jail. I'm going to chicken jail. Anyway, I drove the 5 or 8 minutes to Chick-fil-A. The line was outrageous. Like, I kind of presumed that it would be. And so I just drove all the way back here without getting food. So I'm going to get food after this. And Chick-fil-A will probably be closed. So I'm not going to have the godforsaken chicken.
You were tempted by it.
But like I've been on a protein thing lately and it's so hard to do like high protein and fast food. And Chick-fil-A is easy because you can do like I do grilled nuggets and you can actually get like sorry, I'm an advertisement for Chick-fil-A right now. I don't mean to be. I keep using the name too.
You're like, I eat pussy too. It's like I'm a giant hypocrite.
You could get the sandwiches, like the fillets, the breasts or whatever. The fillets. Oh my God. I'm on like a glass and a half now, just by themselves without the rest of the sandwich. So I just do that. And anyway, it's like with that amount of protein, it's hard to like get that level from other places, you know? So yeah, unfortunately, Chick-fil-A is ingrained in my diet as of recently. I know it's morally ambiguous.
No, it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
Oh,
I eat there too. But it's wrong.
But it's wrong.
I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
I do lots of things that are wrong in life. It's okay.
It's hard. You know, karma's going to balance you out one way or another. If I take a hit for eating at the bigoted chicken place, then I guess so be it.
If that is the worst thing on my karmic scales, like, I'm doing okay. It's not like I'm fucking giving them money directly to fund like their bullshit. Right. I mean, I'm indirectly, but I'm also paying low income. I'm also paying for low income workers to, make a living.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like every cent you give to Chick-fil-A is just like, this is all going against the gays. Like, no, you are supporting the people that ask you how they may serve you. And I really like that.
Yeah. They have such a great process there too. It's so fast. Like, honestly, if I stayed around for like 5-10 more minutes, like I could have been through the line. They're so efficient.
I mean, you could have ordered on the app before you got there and just walked inside.
I thought about that too. Don't make me feel bad about how I chose to spend my time. I didn't coordinate it.
I mean, Rory, have you not learned the theme of this episode? I'm just here to make you feel...
giant bully.
Yeah.
This water has an expiration date. Isn't that weird?
I mean, we all do.
That's so weird to me. What's in this water that's going to expire?
Water.
But anyway,
it's gonna be less fresh. It's gonna be exposed to the sun and.
Oh yeah, because no
water fucking skunks.
No, I know, and I know like the plastic when it's in the sun, like this is a tangent. The plastic like leaks into the water.
We're like 5 tangents.
Yeah, deep. I'm embracing it at this point. I'm not even gonna try to try.
Oh no, I'm
trace.
I'm happy to go back to. You weren't a sex worker before you got in the industry. I'm happy to get back there.
Hey,
I'm paying attention to you.
We're past there, Rat.
You're like, okay, I'm just not going to tell that story. Okay. It's okay. I generally don't ask people how they got in the industry.
I want to see if I can get a crisp sip. How was that?
It's very good.
Hell yeah.
I approve. I approve. No, that's. I feel like most interviews with adult performers have that question, and that's why I generally don't steer into that one.
Oh, for sure. Like the background and all that stuff. Yeah, I guess I was just telling about like what I'm doing.
No. I'm definitely interested in what you're doing. Don't worry. I'm not meaning to be dismissive. I'm happy that it came up in natural conversation. It's just why I didn't like, yo,
this dude
Rory.
just wants to shame me for eating chicken.
A little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, I freely admit that I'm a giant hypocrite too. I eat there.
Anyway. All right, off of that one.
You're like, before the internet comes for me, let's get off that shit.
Hey, I know. It's difficult. Fast food
delicious.
Fast food, all of it is evil, especially, mostly because of like the treatment of the animals. And like, I understand that. And like, I've had an ambiguous relationship with meat in the last couple of years in general.
I'm honestly amazed that you eat meat. Like, knowing limited background I know about you, I have fully expected you to be vegetarian, vegan.
Yeah, I try to eat vegan for most meals. I don't think like humans need meat for every single meal. I do think that they need meat.
Get out. Show's over. Get out.
But that's how like American meals are centered, are based. It's like the piece of meat and. I mean,
it's accoutrements
around it. Yeah, exactly. This guy. And yeah, the like I said, with karma, will always find its way back to you. The treatment of animals and like, especially with fast food, it's all crap. It's all bad. And that karma is going to find you and follow you, and you're going to reap what you sow. But
I'm fully expecting when I get to the afterlife.
This life with the convenience factor, so say your thing, say your burn.
Oh, it wasn't a burn. I was saying when I get to the afterlife, I'm fully expecting my tally to be sitting there of how many animals.
Yeah. Have you ever seen can I talk about shows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can talk about it. Have you ever seen the show The Good Place?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The whole karmic thing, like that they battle at the end because just for something as trivial as like eating tomatoes, because they're sourced by like labor that's slave labor or whatever, but like it used to be good and now it's bad.
Well,
it's just like eating a tomato.
I'm straight going to hell for coffee then.
Yeah.
Coffee. There's nothing ethical about coffee. Nothing.
There's a lot of non-ethical things that I've consumed that will catch up with me, I'm sure. But I'm a good person at my heart. Hey, I'm a good person.
Like 100 out of those 200 dudes, like probably.
The count is like so far beyond that.
Oh no, it's not about the count. About like which dudes are good or which dudes are bad. Like the count. There's nothing wrong with the count.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like the count is so much more than just 200 by this point, though. In the last year in the industry, and probably between 300 and 400 now.
Oh, what are you kidding? There's like 25 dudes that are
honestly,
male.
Yeah, actually, I just worked with that guy today that had.
Nervous, Rory?
No. That had, like 800 scenes, for his site under his belt. So, I realized obviously it's like 800 plus people that he slept with. And actually, granted, he did that in 25 years. And I've gone through at least 100 in the last 1 year of my life. So I'm very interested. Sorry, go on.
You're now Eskimo sisters with another 800 people.
Yeah. True. See, we're all connected.
Well, and also, we need to get over the fucking stigma of like how many fucking partners someone's had. Like,
oh,
it
for
super
sure,
doesn't
for
matter.
sure. If anything, I'm proud of my numbers. Like I'm experienced in sexuality.
You're seasoned.
Yes, exactly. And like I'm sure there is a lot of fun for guys to be had with like fucking 18-year-olds that haven't had too many partners, but
no.
I mean like the mental stigma behind it, But exactly like the experience isn't going to be as good as with someone who's fucked 500 people.
Yeah, the one time I was fucking an 18-year-old in my life, and I was her second ever partner. Like, the overall sex was good, but like, she definitely at points was like, got nervous and self-conscious about shit that was super like
right. A seasoned person would just glaze over all those things.
A seasoned person would have had a finger inside my asshole already and like like, bro, why are you so slow on this? Like I would not be leading the dance at that point.
Full-fledged sexuality is so much fun.
But unfortunately popular media has this whole thing in their head like, oh, numbers matter. And like,
Yeah.
we are not in the 1800s where like an STI is going to wipe out a whole village.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? I'm going to be probably putting it out on the next day or so. The only STI that is really bad is pregnancy. The worst STI.
Yeah, that one's with you for 18 years, bro. And like shit, like if you do get rid of it, then you're like in jail for fucking 5 to 10.
Well, I mean, depends on how you get rid of it.
Yeah. It's crazy. What world do we live in now, by the way? Social commentary. Like, that's not okay.
I don't live in Texas. There's a reason I don't live in Texas.
It's more than Texas. It's crazy.
I know, but we're safe in California for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being. Bless.
I mean, if California changes laws, it's just going to be all anal all day.
I respect that. I love that. Yeah, exactly. If California instigates an abortion bill, then we're all going anal only.
Actually, I'm lying. I'm planning to get a vasectomy this year anyways.
There we go. Hey, that's the other way to do it.
Fuck yeah.
This man's got solutions. You know that?
Well, the doctors have the solution. I'm just willing to pay for it.
Yes, of course.
Like, oh, hey, medical science.
How much does that cost for a guy?
I don't know yet. That's what that's.
It can't be that expensive. I'm sure it's super easy, super inexpensive, and yet no man wants to do it.
I mean, I'm sure if I claim that I'm mentally deficient, they will give it to me for free.
I think I read somewhere. Wait, hold on. Let me process what you just said before I jump into the next thing. I'm sure you could get away with a lot inside this society if you claim to be mentally inefficient. Deficient. I'm inefficient.
Yeah, I will just full on be like, oh yeah. Jesus Christ. That's probably a little dark to claim, to be mentally handicapped to get a free vasectomy, but I'll do it.
Right. You don't want me like getting into the population, right? Like to do a deed for society and fucking snip that shit.
Right? You don't want my genetics.
Yeah.
You don't want
It behooves no one. I mean, oh God, actually, maybe that's like too rough of a thing. People with mental handicaps should be allowed to procreate if they would like to, but they need to understand the risks as well.
Right, but what if they can't understand the risks?
I don't know. This is getting
Should their parent or guardian make that choice for them then?
This is getting complicated, right? I mean, yeah, if you can't like raise the child, then you shouldn't have the child.
Yeah, but plenty of people have children that they can't raise.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Why, you got kids you got rid of?
No. What? No, I was a kid.
Oh, okay. I was asking. I don't know.
No,
you could have left one in Germany at an Air Force base. I don't know.
That's so funny that you'd say that. I was born in Germany.
I had no
on
idea.
an Air Force base. Anyway.
You were born in Ramstein?
I did not know. It was another one. And I did not leave anything there.
Aw.
Except for dirty diapers. And that's it.
Oh, they're probably not biodegraded yet. They're plastic.
What a dark reality that we're living in.
Oh, did I mention the show gets a little fucked up sometimes? Like,
that's okay. All your 2 listeners aren't going to care.
Okay, that's more insulting.
Sorry. No, wait.
That is way more insulting than 2 sexual partners. Wow, Rory. Wow. Like, I would have rather just had sex with 2 people and you'd be like,
with bottle in hand, about to pour myself more sake. I think I've had enough.
This is a self-service show, lady.
Yeah, it is.
You're allowed to have as much or as little as you'd like.
I don't know how big your audience is, but I'm sure it's more than 2.
I'm just that you insinuated that that's the most insulting thing you've said to me all fucking night. Ouch. Ouch.
Well, to be fair, I'm still getting comfortable with you, so there might be more insulting things to come.
Awesome. I mean, I hope you've noticed I've pulled no punches already, so.
You've pulled no punches?
Yeah. I've just been free with
no stops? Wait.
Like, I've just been freely saying my bullshit.
That's true. You have.
Cheers.
Where did you learn the tap? The up, down, up. Or
being a fucking bar scumbag?
See, the only people I know who do that are like military folk. No?
No.
For you, it's just something you learned.
Yeah, it's respect to the bar.
For sure. Wait. Is that what it comes down to? Is like you're including the bar?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I've been doing this I'm not going to say my whole life. For the last, 8 years. And I had no clue, but now everything makes sense.
Yeah, it's respect to the bar. No, I'm just a...
If I could say nothing else about tonight, at least I learned that.
I'm a classically trained drunk.
Yeah.
Why is that not on a t-shirt? Fuck. Future Matt.
Do you have merch?
I do have merch, actually.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, that's going to be a tee.
Yeah. Future Matt, remember to put that on a t-shirt.
I'm a classically trained drunk.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, the shirt will just say classically trained drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say it'll just say classic.
Of course. If you're wearing the label, then you're not going to.
I wonder if classicallytraineddrunk.com is taken. I should not be drunkenly buying URLs.
That's so funny. But, with like the random chaos and order of the universe, it probably is taken. Like, it's crazy, the levels of things.
We can find an answer to this right now.
Yeah, he's doing research right now.
Yeah, that happens on the show. Like, I do fact check shit sometimes.
No, I respect that. I love your capability to be able to do that.
Well, I appreciate that you appreciate that.
This is so much fun.
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Well, that site cannot be reached. Classicallytraineddrunk.com may be purchased later, depending on how much I drink.
I love that it's just identified, like you've identified with this so much.
I mean, it's branding. It's good branding.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
16.
Not bad.
Why are you asking me the standard porno girl questions?
I don't know. I was just curious.
I mean, my parents know what I do, too. Well, parent, the other one's dead, but...
Did they know before they passed?
We were estranged, so... And seeing as he died of Alzheimer's, I don't think he knew shit.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy. So that runs in your family. Do you do anything to like negate that? You drink? No.
It's primarily transmitted from the mother's side, so I'm not super worried about it.
Oh, okay.
A little worried, but because actually that is the most terrifying thing ever, to lose your your mental faculties.
Yeah, there's things that you could do now to combat that. Is where I was going, like neurotropics and adaptogens will help you.
I do a fair amount of shrooms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. I fucking praise mushroom. All types of mushrooms. Not only just psilocybin.
Well, those are the only ones I do.
Oh. Yeah. I'm talking about like lion's mane and chaga and...
I know those are good for me, but they won't help me see God.
But it'll help you maintain your body and brain for longer. It's crazy what they do. I've been like reading in a lot of it lately.
No, there was... I think there was a documentary on Netflix about shrooms that were really good.
Yeah.
That like got into lion's mane and all that shit too.
Yeah.
I really should. I should.
Mm-hmm.
I should do a lot of things that I don't do. Baby steps right into psilocybin.
Yeah. No, at least you're doing that, at the bare minimum.
And occasionally acid.
I just hit the mic with my mouth. I'm sorry.
The mic will forgive you. I may not, but the mic will.
Terrific. But yeah, hey, at least you're doing, shrooms, because that's going to put you levels ahead, levels further than the people that aren't, there's...
You got to stop doing them late night, though.
Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, my neck needs to be cracked. I get folded like a pretzel too much. I need to see my chiropractor more. Anyway.
The life problems. Well, it was one of those things like, I gotta stop taking shrooms and like, I gotta stop doing hallucinogens late night. Mm-hmm. Last time I did shrooms, I'm like, I decided at midnight, like, I'm gonna do like an eighth. And then like an hour and a half later, I'm like, I'm gonna do another cap and stem.
Yeah, when you replied to something of mine about shrooms, you said macro dose, and I wasn't sure if you meant micro dose.
Oh, no, I did not mean micro.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I 100%
you mean like you only do it in big trips. Have you ever tried micro dosing?
No, why would I?
Dude, it's levels of beautiful. It's like the perfect buzz. Do you smoke weed?
Nope.
Oh, happy 420, by the way.
Happy 420. We are recording this on 420. So I have no problems with weed except that THC puts me on my ass and unconscious.
Okay, got you. Yeah. I've been weaning myself off of weed lately. I was like a habitual, at least 2 joints a day stoner, like smoking my car while I'm driving and stuff, especially like just airport
Don't admit to
life.
crimes on the internet. I mean, we just were, but
Sue me.
I mean, criminal charges aren't lawsuits.
Oh, fuck. Anyway,
Allegedly.
I could do that if I wanted to, but I don't.
How have your dreams been since you weaned yourself off of it?
They've been fucking weird and lucid, and I remember all of them, and it's crazy. And it's so, I just noted the other day that like my cat has been finding me in my dreams. Like he's just been coming along, you know, like he is in my dreams. And when I wake up like from a dream that has my cat, he's in bed with me. Like, so I'm like, what like level of connection is my consciousness making, you know, where like it's aware that my cat has entered my bed, and then all of a sudden my cat is like with me in my dream. Is there something to it?
Is your cat your totem?
I don't know. He definitely is my muse. He's an artistic muse of mine, for sure. He might be a totem. What's the totem? Anyway.
I'm making shit up. Come on.
Oh, no, I love it. It's awesome. Have you ever played a game on the PS4 called Until Dawn?
What's a PS4?
Man, because it's like a choose your own adventure horror game, and they have like totems in it, and that just made me think of that.
What's
like
a PS4?
That console from, is it like 5 years ago now? No, the PS5 just came out.
2 years ago.
Are you like an Xbox guy?
I am.
Oh, I hit the mic again.
Like, bap. I'm so offended by your Microsoft support. Bap. I'm actually primarily a PC gamer at this point.
Okay, what do you play?
Well, my community and I have just got back into Grand Theft Auto Online.
Your community.
Oh yeah, I Twitch stream.
You Twitch. Okay. My sister, like, she lives in Arizona. She works from home.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the Arizona part. Not
no. She's like so isolated. Well, just because she's not like social, she's like very different from me. Anyway, she works from home, and so she ends up spending all of her time at home. Like, I think between like grocery runs, she does not leave her apartment. But she, while she's working, she watches Twitch streamers play. So I could. Are you worth watching? Of course he's gonna say yes. Hold on. Why did I say that?
I mean, that is up for you to decide.
Yeah, I might be like, hey, watch this guy. How often do you stream?
Not as much as I was during the pandemic. Right now, Thursday nights, when these air.
I imagine you're very, very entertaining. Do you drink while you stream?
My audience can actually buy me shots.
Oh, I love that. Like tip you and then you shoot.
So they get 4 on channel points. So if you watch long enough, you can redeem 2,000 channel points and make me do a shot. Yeah. After the first 4 during a stream, you have to pay $5 per shot.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, there have been some streams where like I've been.
So you make your income straight up just like from random facilities around the internet and like your editing, etc. stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, hell yeah. I love that. You're a content creator, like outright.
Yeah, for reals.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I do a thing.
Do you make any porn? Have you ever?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Nope.
You just edit people's porn?
Mm-hmm. I mean, have
you ever wanted to?
Nope. Not once. I'm sure I've talked about this on there, but my ambitions getting into the industry was a compromise on my mainstream film ambitions. I'm originally from Chicago.
Yeah.
And I started hanging around people in the industry at a bar I hung out at. Like there was a Burning Angel night at like, the bar I hung at. And at that point, there were like 7 performers, Burning Angel performers.
You're on the mainstream side of production, and then you crossed over.
I wasn't even on the mainstream side of production at that point. I just wanted to be.
Oh, okay, got you.
At that point, I was working in fucking armed security.
Okay.
And honestly,
like Ross or something.
I worked for an armored car company.
Oh, okay. So have you ever seen Baby Driver?
Mm-hmm.
This just immediately reminded me of that. Did you ever get robbed?
Nope.
Okay, that's terrific. You did a good job then.
Almost shot someone once, but...
Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Me too.
That would be a huge karmic weight.
Well...
And probably... I don't know.
It would have been a lot of bad.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot of bad.
Anyway, I'm glad it didn't come to that. Anyway.
Me too.
Anyway. Tell your story.
So through them, I met some other people, and like I eventually got on started doing roadie work for people. Like I went on the road with feature dancers, convention circuits, shit like that, and met more people. I ended up in Vegas in 2011. Shit. Through a director through Adam and Eve that I become friends with, who's like, I'm opening a studio. I'll have work.
I was in 11th grade at this time. Go on.
Oh yeah, no, I've been in the industry for like over a decade. I'm fucking old. And
this guy's really old.
Yeah, real old, real fucking old. I'm just happy I still have hair in my dick work. So these are both things that like I wasn't sure going to happen at this age.
Hell yeah, I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I hope my audience is happy for me too.
Hell yeah.
So I moved to Vegas. Thankfully, I was able to transfer my day job. And like, I just started picking up more roadie gigs, shit like that, and like occasional production work. Occasional, like I've done a handful of non-sex performances. Like I was nominated for an AVN in 2018.
Being like a supporting actor.
Best non-sex performance.
Yeah, okay.
XBiz and AVN 2018.
Hell yeah.
I'll show you the footage afterwards of me bombing in front of the whole industry at AVN 18.
I love this. Yes. Okay. I'll try to remember that.
I'll remember. I'll just be like, hey.
How do you remember while you're drinking?
I've done this once or twice.
Fair.
There are hundreds of episodes of me doing this.
Fair.
But at the time, it was one of those things where like, I don't know anyone who does mainstream film. Nobody. As you can tell by my movie collection in the next room, I like movies. And I always wanted to fucking do film. Mm-hmm. I knew fucking nobody who did film. Met people that did porn. I went, well, maybe I could create something this way. I never had.
Have you felt satisfied?
Fuck no.
Oh, fuck.
Well, because at the end of the day, I've worked on other people's projects.
Right.
Like,
is there something in you that you feel like the drive to produce?
Oh, 100%. Like,
why haven't you done that?
Honestly, part of it was lack of skill set up until a couple of years ago.
Okay. I'm excited for there's another chapter of your life, Matt, that's coming that is you like fulfilling those visions that you have.
Well, it's one I've talked about this on air before, but one of the things I think porn is missing is the equivalent of episodic television.
Yeah. Keeping them familiar with a certain like cast and
certain cast, but like there's so much you can do over like a 10 or 20 episode season that you can't do enough, even in a feature.
Do you want to do that inside of you want to do that in porn?
Oh, yeah.
I love the idea. Mm-hmm.
So I bought the domain years ago for quantumload.com.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Quantum Leap?
Load. Quantum Leap. I'm drawing a blank here.
It's definitely before your time.
Yeah. It's a movie?
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show. Okay.
No,
I'm just thinking of like the term quantum leap and trying to
So Sam Beckett,
science it out.
Scott Bakula played Dr. Samuel Beckett, and the whole plot of the show is he puts himself into a time chamber and he leaps into other people's bodies, and he can only make his next leap after he writes historical wrongs that things that went historically wrong. He has to right historical wrongs. Mm-hmm. It went on for I have to Google how many seasons fucking Quantum Leap.
That feels like it would immediately like just not work because it's like the butterfly effect. So you go back in time and you address something, and then all of a sudden you don't exist anymore. Do they address that in the show?
Fuck no, it's on NBC.
God, I hate that. That's not realistic. It's like going back in time, stopping Hitler, and then all of a sudden like
Goebbels still comes to power. It's a
completely different world that we live in. Today's Hitler's birthday. The dude that I just shot with reminded me of that. And then he went on to ramble like I'm not a Nazi. He's like, I'm not sure why I said that. And now I'm repeating it. So I also shared.
Did you look around for swastikas?
I did. There was nothing.
SS bolts? Oh, she's just like, I'm going to take a drink now.
There's something so satisfying about getting the sip on audio, because it's like they're sipping with me. It's like you're sipping with me.
Yeah.
Breaks the fourth wall, talks to you directly.
I want the audience to feel like they're drinking with us. I do. My idea for Quantum Load, I've talked about this on air. I'm sorry for the old school audience who's heard this.
Yeah.
Dr. Samantha Beckett will write hookups that once went wrong. It's like the main character just jumps into other people's bodies and is there to write hookups. It's that fucking simple.
like someone who got distracted while he was like fucking, so he couldn't nut. So she goes into their body and she's like, "No, we're gonna focus on this." And then like
not even that, like, oh hey, if I had went and hollered at that girl at the bar, like that would have been a hookup.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's the easy porno setup for that.
See, this could still fuck up the timeline because then like you're creating more situations where you might create a human, and then all of a sudden like. You've created the next fucking Jeff Bezos or something.
I mean, do I get residuals off creating the next Jeff Bezos?
No, you get nothing.
I mean, he didn't sign a prenup with his wife. He's not really good at business.
Yeah, that's right. A few years ago, she ended up with half of everything.
Yeah, she became the fifth richest person on the planet.
But I mean, frankly, it was half of everything he had at the time. I'm pretty sure he has more now.
Yeah, she still ended up like. I'm sure
Man. Was he like, let me cut my losses now while I'm still a little early?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure in your vast experience, I know I have. There are definitely some people I would have fucked to and like, oh, I get to be the fifth richest person on the planet for fucking you? Okay. Even if the sex wasn't great.
Yeah.
Right?
Matt, hey, what do I have to pee right now?
I hope you're wearing a diaper.
Can we take a bathroom break?
Yeah, we can take a...
This is fun. All right. We're going to take a bathroom break. Okay, let me...
Stop talking about it and go do it. Rory apparently feels like a dude. Like, that was so fast.
Yeah, I have, like, a whole system. I don't know. It's,
Wait, there's a system?
No, maybe I just have a wide urethra. Moving on.
It's okay. I have a narrow one, I'm pretty sure. It's honestly one of my popular conspiracy theories in porn, like that either I have a narrow urethra or most male talent's into sounding. It's one or the other.
How do you mean?
My pee holes either, I feel, look smaller than most dudes I see on film.
Interesting. That you could like visually like make that assumption.
I mean, I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong before.
Should we stick something in it?
No. Definitely not. No.
There's only one way to find out from here, Matt.
I mean, we have eyes, so people can just, eyeball it.
No. For science, we need to draw.
For science, you want to stick things in me? Jesus, Rory. Yeah. What have I signed up for?
Let's see. Okay, fortunately, there's nothing.
Thank
fortunately
God.
For you, there's nothing around me. At this immediate moment, that would be a good start. So, well, I guess we'll just go with your assumption.
We'll go with my hypothesis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that escalated quickly, Rory.
I really did. I came back from the restroom with a fire for some reason.
You're like, I peed. I let loose some of this alcohol. I'm gonna stick things inside, Matt.
Look at this water bottle I brought that like
expires.
It expires. But
is it expired water?
It expires in 2024. Isn't that crazy that like water expires?
Yeah, in 2024, it just gives you cancer. A day later, it's just like, here's your cancer.
Dude, everything gives you cancer.
I know, except sex.
I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure lube gives you cancer.
If sex gives you cancer, we'd both have cancer.
I know you are, but what am I?
That didn't even make sense.
Oh, boy.
I said we'd both have cancer. I wasn't just saying Rory would have cancer.
Yeah, and I just like, I don't know. Anyway.
I mean.
Perhaps. I think all of our bodies are definitely ridden with microplastics.
Oh, yeah, I snort that shit.
That's for sure. I've been seeing a lot of memes with microplastics lately.
They get you high.
People are starting to get very aware.
They get you real high. You got to boof them.
Boof them? Is that snort? No.
Boof. You don't know what boofing is?
Boof? Mm-mm.
It's when you insert it in your butthole. How do you know?
Oh, in your butthole?
How do I know what boofing is and you don't?
You're older than me?
Yeah, that's a youngin' thing.
Oh,
people in my generation weren't sticking tampons full of fucking vodka in their assholes.
Was that maybe they my were. Age? Or was that the people after me? I don't know.
Right, I don't know
wait, how old are you?
I don't know how old you are.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Are you inside of you're inside of your 30s?
I am not.
You're inside of your 20s. Just kidding.
Yes. Really rough mileage. Real rough mileage.
So you're in your 40s now?
Yeah.
Early 40s. 41, 42.
No, super late 40s.
Bullshit.
You're right.
This fucking guy. I will say I'm 27. How old are you?
So you're a MILF.
I mean, inside of the industry, right?
Well,
Essentially.
I mean, you haven't gotten your tits done, so that's the only thing stopping full-on MILF still.
Yeah. It'll come, though. It'll come. I mean, today I played a teen, although the dude only, like, I was replacement talent. So, like, the dude talked to my agent and knew how old I was and didn't book me because he knew how old I was. Until he needed me last minute, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, you're super, like you're way cute in person. You could totally play, like you're perfect." But people, as soon as they find out how old you are in the industry, like they either count you in or count you out.
I know, like I don't know why the equipment's breaking. The show's over. Oh my god!
What's going on here?
I'm just being a shithead. Don't mind me. Like 27. Oh God, why are you on my show?
Oh, okay, that's the joke. All right. 43.
41. Thank you.
That's actually not very old.
I feel like a day closer to death every day, so I disagree with you.
That's fair.
Like I was in a bar on 9/11.
Where?
Chicago.
Okay.
I mean, I was underage, but I was in a bar on 9/11.
Wait, yeah, 2001. So 41 minus 21 is 20.
Hey, any producers out there looking for someone who could do math? Rory is your performer.
All right. What else do we discuss, Matthew?
Everything, anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure at 27, let's see. You were barely in preschool in 9/11?
I was 2001, so that's first grade. I was fortunate to be born in 95, so whatever year after 2000 that it was, that's what grade I was in. So 2002, I was in second grade. 2012, I was a senior. So 2001, yeah, I was in first grade.
Were you on a military base during that?
No, I was just over the hill. I was gonna say like what city I was, and then I was like, nope, don't do that.
I mean, you can say a city. It's okay.
But I live so close to the area that I grew up in.
Germany?
So
you live close to Germany? Jesus.
No, so I was born in Germany, but then I lived in Italy until I was 4. And then my parents, we moved. My parents got out of the military and moved to Southern California. So
were both your parents in the military?
Yeah, they were, and that's how they met. So, okay, yeah, here's an avenue we can talk down. Yeah.
This is safe. This is safe. This is something we can safely talk about.
Yeah, both my parents were in the Air Force. I was born on an Air Force base in Germany. Lived in Aviano, Italy until I was 4. Moved to Southern California because both my parents got out of the military. Which made me think when I was 19 and I, at the job I was working, which was in medical records, doing data entry, I couldn't move up in the company any further than I was at without like college education. So, I realized my parents had this crazy experience, like joining the military and going overseas. And so I did that thinking that I would go to Europe. I went through basic training, the whole rigmarole, swore my hand to the Air Force and got sent to Bumfuck, Illinois.
Where in Bumfuck, Illinois?
Southern Illinois, away from anything fun.
Like Carbondale or?
Like 30 minutes east of St. Louis.
Yeah, it's like Carbondale.
Belleville.
Okay.
Are you familiar? Wait.
I'm from Chicago.
Yeah,
I know.
You said that.
I know Illinois.
Yeah, in Belleville,
okay.
Like Shiloh area.
Okay, yeah, no, I know the area.
Yeah,
there's actually Waffle Houses there.
I fucking love Waffle House. Yeah, that's something
Those motherfuckers.
Here.
We are in the South, and the nearest one is in fucking Phoenix.
Wait, that's the nearest one to here? Man, my parents are moving to Phoenix.
Road trip.
I'm gonna make exactly. I'm gonna make like a mental note whenever I go visit them to.
Well, you're not gonna take me with? Ouch, Rory.
Matt, we could definitely road trip to fucking Waffle House. That would be fun. Do you want to do like an on the go episode? Like we can record while we're fucking driving. That would be amazing.
I'm down.
Dude, that's amazing. Yeah, I love that. I love this idea.
We're just doing a podcast on the way to Waffle House.
Yes!
8 hours to Waffle House.
Exactly. Only going to Phoenix for Waffle House. I'm here for it. Anyway.
Everything else about Phoenix is horrible.
So yeah, I thought I was disillusioned. I thought I would go over to Europe and be able to, explore the world and, have like my own adventures, whatever. Granted, I had a bunch of friends who I went through basic training with who did get to go do all the fun things. I got sent to Illinois and then I got sent to Washington State, 3 hours from Canada. Not even on the fun side of Washington, like 4 hours from Seattle.
Like around Mount Vernon or?
I don't know how close Mount Vernon was, but Spokane.
Oh, I know where Spokane is.
Of course you do.
Believe it or not, I'm ridiculously well-traveled.
Yeah, no, I'm realizing that now.
I don't mean to brag on my own show, but 45 fucking states. So, 45 states, 6 continents.
Yeah, I have 6 continents. Ooh. There's something sexy about a well-traveled man.
I'm trying to figure out how to go to Seoul, Korea, in the near future.
Wait, yeah, South Korea is not the bad one.
I mean, bad's relative.
Bad is relative.
South Korea is the one that the U.S. puppets and...
Is that how it happens? Well, that's how it happens with a lot of countries, huh? Yeah.
South Korea is the home of Samsung. They provide my television and phones and shit. So, but you were saying you wanted to see the world and you saw Illinois and Washington.
Yep. And then I got out and moved back to Southern California, right back where I started.
Have you been anywhere else? Have you left the U.S.?
I've been to Canada and I've been to the Bahamas, but that's it. I mean, aside from my youth, I don't really count that.
Do you remember being in Germany or Italy?
I remember being in Italy very vividly. And Italian was my second language, and my parents, because they couldn't learn Italian as easily as I could as a little baby.
Yeah, language centers developed in them.
Yeah, exactly. They would send me over to the neighbors to be a translator and stuff. So that was fun. That was sweet. I would get the I Spy books, but with Italian, Italian pictures, or not. I mean, they're just pictures and Italian words.
Do you ever want to go back
to Europe? Absolutely.
Well, I mean, Italy or Germany,
yeah, absolutely. I would do anything for it. I don't know how.
Anything. Wow.
I don't know how. I mean, shit. If there's a guy out there who wants to fucking take me to fucking Europe, let go.
Play your cards right. I got frequent flyer miles.
I will need a per diem.
Oh, then never mind. I'm out. I got frequent flyer miles, but now per diem. That's a whole nope. Out of my tax bracket.
Yeah, I absolutely would love to go back to Europe and actually explore as an adult and consume some culture. Yeah, I just don't know when it will happen.
Why not?
Money and having the time off, because when you do a Euro trip, you need at least 2 weeks, 2 weeks to a month, but maybe a month.
You don't
minimum.
have to. I've definitely done Euro trips on 10 days.
Okay, all right, maybe we will go to Europe.
Rory, are you inviting me to Europe? That's so nice of you.
That would be fun. I feel like we'd have a good time. I feel like I would have a good time.
I feel like I'm going to be holding your hair while you vomit at some point, but
I'm not much of a drinker.
I am, and that's the problem. I get ignorant in everywhere, but
we'll start in Amsterdam. I'll stock up on shrooms, and then we'll spend the rest of the.
Honestly, Amsterdam's just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, can you get shrooms other places? I'll just bring some with me.
Well, you actually can't even get shrooms in Amsterdam. You get fucking they're not, they do, you can regularly get psilocybin there. It is truffles. They're not shrooms. For whatever reason, shrooms are illegal. Truffles are fine.
Interesting.
And they're also sold fucking wet. They're not dried.
Yeah, which makes it more potent.
Less potent, actually.
Less potent. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I had a really good time eating a whole box of truffles and getting fucking weird in the canals. Good fucking time. Good fucking time. That was honestly my favorite part of fucking Amsterdam. For the most part, like,
No red light district.
I mean, we went, but it was. I've told this story on air too. It was like,
yes,
I definitely zigged where I should have.
Only so many caverns to explore in a human experience. Go on.
I have many, many more caverns to.
I'm realizing that.
Well, I zigged where I should have zagged. Like, we were in the red light district, and I saw, a woman in a booth. I'm like, yeah, I would pay to fuck her. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to do a lap and make sure that's where I want to be. And after I did the lap, I never saw her again.
She was already busy.
Right, because she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no one else has.
So you never paid for sex in Europe?
Not in Europe.
Hey, are you a ass or tits guy?
Tits.
Oh. That's unfortunate for me. Wait, why do I care?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Rory. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know which way I swing more, if I'm an ass or a tits. I'm like a very open pansexual, so it really just is more about the brain than anything else for me.
It's about the brain for me if it's going to be much more than like an orgasm.
Right. Yeah. Fair.
If we're just fucking, I have fucked many people that like on paper I should not be attractive to.
Right.
There's plenty of people like, oh, hey.
Just trying to get that nut.
Yeah. Like, oh, we got off. Good game. Have a good life. Not doing this again until I'm drunk and it presents itself. But like long term, yeah, no, like obviously I need to be around someone who I'm not going to be like, why are you talking right now?
Yeah, it's about that mental stimulation. Mm-hmm.
That is the long term. The short term, yeah. The short term, it's like, oh, hey, that's a curve I like. Oh, you let me put it inside you? Cool. Yeah, it's all what you want out of things.
Yeah.
But no, I did not in Europe. Not for lack of trying. So, I was a discussion with my buddies while we were there. It was like, how wild would it be to like grow up in Amsterdam as like a teenager? Be like, oh, the red light district's right there. Like the Americans put it
right. The option to like lose your virginity, say.
Right, like because like American dudes, at least, we put such a stigma on like losing your virginity and like that's such a fucking big deal. Did the Dutch put such a big deal on it? Like if the red light district's right fucking there. Is it
really a big deal for guys? I've only really, from my experience as a girl, I've only really known it as being a big thing for women.
The actual act is not a big deal, but climbing that hill is a big deal.
Okay, fair.
Like, yeah, I lost my virginity in like a fucking really like tragic one night stand. Like,
yeah,
it's like someone else's fucking girlfriend. And I knew who her boyfriend was. It's like, and I didn't even get off. Like, I was drunk and we fucked for hours and I didn't even fucking finish.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Youth is fun.
Oh, super duper fun.
Yeah.
Super duper.
I was 14 when I lost mine. And the guy that I lost it to didn't even know that he was taking it because, I don't know, I had watched too much Degrassi or something by that point in my life that I thought I was behind my peers. And I had
at 14, you thought you were...
Yes! Yeah. Have you seen Degrassi?
I mean, the original. I'm old.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm talking about the original. Like,
I mean, Canadians like to fuck.
Yeah. So, watching that show, like, I thought I was behind my peers. And so, like, my little, I had, like, this little group of girlfriends that we had, like, PE together. And, like, we'd walk around, like, the field.
But how many of them were lying about fucking at that point?
Well, I don't know. Because I know that I outright lied, like when I was questioned about it, I lied about having like met someone at a party and, and I was like this like dorky girl. Like I had like glasses in middle school and, anyway, I lied about losing my virginity. And then I met like a guy through that group of friends, that group of girlfriends. One of them had a boyfriend that had a friend that I ended up being like really into. And so I had to continue this lie because it was in the same group of people. And so when him and I actually ended up hooking up, which was my first time ever.
Was it his first time?
No, he had like a long-term girlfriend for like 2 years before me. So like they had sex very frequently and they're
at 14
well versed in it. Yeah, he was a year older. He was 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like,
I know, right?
That just makes me feel elderly. Like, I know a lot of motherfuckers were talking a lot of shit about fucking, like, well before, like, I was, but, like, very few people were fucking before 16, like, when I was coming up.
Okay. Yeah. See, I grew up out here where, well, at least to my perspective at the time, like, everyone lost their virginity, like, young, Anyway, yeah. He took it. He didn't know. And, I mean, like, maybe he did because he asked, like, a few times, like, if it's okay, if it's hurting me and whatever. And, like,
maybe he just had a massive hog.
Like, it wasn't the most comfortable thing. But yeah, and then that just like opened the door to all of my sexuality. Like I never thought that sex was I wasn't raised like in a religious household, so I never like put sex on like that pedestal that a lot of people in that upbringing like tend to do, so once I opened the door to it, it just flooded. It really did.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not. And I'm grateful to have had all the sexual experience I have and to have like the relationship with sex I have now being, as open as I am. Like it's a like an energetic connection between two people, it's indulging in that like intimacy. And, like I don't feel one way or another morally, I guess, about having sex.
So do you feel all sex is intimate?
No, not necessarily. But I mean, exposing yourself to another person physically and mentally, whether it be, quote unquote intimate or not, like it's still I don't know, like a very personal experience between two people.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you're just trying to get that nut.
Right? Like no, I definitely said like there's definitely been some people I just masturbated inside of.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I would never masturbate myself. I would just have guys come over and fuck me. Yeah.
There's definitely been some tragic partners where it's just like, oh no, if I was not drunk and horny right now, this would never happen. But I am drunk and horny right now, and you are presenting. So yeah, game on.
Yeah. Matt's a slut.
Oh yeah, no, I am fucking easy. I
love this.
I freely admit that shit. Like I'm easy. Yeah. Like I'm easy to lay. Those relationships, that's a whole nother fucking story. Actually, it's getting me to stick around for like, emotional commitment. That's another.
Have you always like been, I guess, like solo in that regard?
For the most part, like my longest relationship is maybe 6 months, and that was 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
I understand it. Is it because like you would get to this point in a relationship where no matter how much you appreciate this person that you're with, like there are just so many people around you that you can't keep that focus on that one person?
No, well, it's not even like the temptation of other people. It's a lot of like
the person ends up annoying you.
Well, A, the person ends up annoying me. B, it's like I've spent a whole lot of my life alone, single, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like I'm very fucking set in my ways.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, hey, you're not complimenting that. Like you're expecting me. There have been many times where like I have been a shit boyfriend because I don't know how to compromise like what I'm doing. Like, oh, hey.
And you're not willing to.
Yeah.
More often than not.
It's true. It's fucking true. But yeah, I admit as like an older, like more established human being and like looking at it with some retrospect, like, oh yeah, hey, there have been plenty of times where like I've been the shitty fucking partner because like, oh hey, I'm set in my fucking ways. Like I'm just not willing to compromise on like how I'm living my life.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to for me as well. Well, I mean, like it used to be no matter how much I enjoyed the person in front of me, like there'd be so many people like I'm a flirty soul, like,
You don't say.
I'd always think
You don't say.
I don't, like have interactions with like people that I wasn't dating while I was dating someone and be like, I really want to, experience this human, etc. But now that I've gotten older, found myself a lot more like I practice non-monogamy and like, well, at this point I practice solo polyamory. I've tried having...
Wait, break down solo polyamory.
I am my own primary partner.
Okay.
But I have multiple relationships with people.
You're your own primary partner, but you don't masturbate.
I mean, like, I masturbate now.
Oh,
Just
now.
not like when I
You
was coming
graduated to
out.
masturbation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And the masturbation for me is just like running my fucking vibrator on my clit for 2 minutes and then fucking passing out. I do it.
Wow, you're easy. Fuck.
It's yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
There's no shame in your game. What?
So solo polyamory. I have my own partner. You know, I've tried to have partners outside of myself 2 times now in like this whole non-monogamous polyamorous sense. And they both have just come to a point where like I guess likewise, like
What happened?
I don't want to fold on like what I'm doing, how I'm living my life, and like, you know, have another person depending on me, like for big life senses, and I don't know.
Like someone depending on you like intimidates you, or
yeah, a little bit. I can't be everything for one person the same way I can't expect one person to be everything for me.
well, there's a difference between everything and something.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still figuring myself out.
I mean, you should never stop that.
Yeah.
If you got all the answers, you're fucking lying.
But back when I did monogamy, my longest relationship was 1 year and 1 day long. I actually fell out of love with him about around Thanksgiving, but then Thanksgiving came up. We had like a trip with his parents. I was 18 at the time. We had a trip, like a cruise with his parents, and then
So
like
this is
the next
pre-military.
Yeah, pre-military. And then the next holiday was Christmas, and then the next thing was New Year's, and then my birthday was on the 12th of January, and then our anniversary was on the 13th, and there was just like, you know, another thing. So there was never like a good time within that span to
And then there's
off.
Valentine's Day.
And then I know. And then so after like the last thing that we were waiting, well, I was waiting for the anniversary on January 13th, on January 14th, decided to break up with him because I just could not wait 1 day longer. So
wait a minute,
that's
you met
my
this dude when
longest
you were
monogamous relationship.
You met this dude when you were 17 on your birth, like the day after your birthday?
I didn't meet, well, I met him like maybe a month before my 17th birthday, but we didn't do anything until after I was 18. And so, yeah, after my 18th birthday, the day after, he took me to Disneyland, bought me an annual pass because he was a Disney boy and I'm not a Disney person.
Suckers play. Disney is a suckers play.
Yeah, so
I fuck on that shit.
And yeah, so as soon as I was legal, he wifed it up, essentially. It was anyway, I've never been good at relationships, like keeping long-term relationships. You know, my longest term relationship was with myself, frankly. And at this point it's like a few years going. So yeah.
Nothing wrong with that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not here to
love
judge.
Me.
And that's more than a lot of people can say.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people like look outward and try to fulfill, you know.
They need someone else to fulfill them, which is bullshit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, other people are undependable. You can't depend on other fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how are you going to be like, oh, you fulfill me? Like, can you actually depend on that person? No.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, life is just such a crazy journey. Like, how can I know what I've had so many ups and downs that like I know the future is going to be full of more ups and downs. So like, I'm not going to bring another person along, like, you know, the crazy.
But what if someone volunteers to be on that ride?
I'll probably kick them off.
Like,
I know my patterns by now.
You're like, oh, you're weird for volunteering. Get the fuck out.
Right. It's like, I hear you, but I'm still going to keep you at an arm's reach.
So the last woman who was like super.
Like, nah, don't emotionally get too close to me.
The last woman who was like super duper down with me, like definitely weirded me out. Like,
right.
She was bragging
like,
to her.
You can do no wrong.
Oh no, she was bragging to her friends about me. I'm like, the fuck? Like,
yeah, you're like, I don't deserve to be put on a pedestal. Like, what are you seeing? Like, your vision is skewed, obviously.
Yeah, like, something's wrong here. Like, yes, I drunkenly spent some airline miles to fly you out. I definitely did that.
Dude, this dude uses his airline miles like fucking hotcakes.
I did. To give you an idea, like, I flew.
You tried to fling him at me earlier.
I did. I still might. Might. You play your cards right.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
I got a refill. Hold on. Ken cheers you with an empty cup. That's bad luck.
No, it's fair. I respect that.
No, at one point in my life,
just empty the rest of the bottle into it at this point. I saw you're like,
Rory's trying to get me drunk. She's like, empty the bottle into your glass.
You don't have to drink the whole thing, but you probably will. Hey, at least you're staying here.
Yeah, I have to operate a door handle at some point.
Can the audience tell when I cuff, like make a cup around the mic?
I will let you know in post.
Like the cue comes across visually, but I don't think it comes across verbally. Audioly.
But yeah, she 100% was like bragging to people like, oh, Matt Slayer flew me out. And like, it was honestly what threw me off was also the fact that she was bragging to people who knew my legal name. Like back in Chicago, that like Matt Slayer's flight. Like, no. These people know my legal last name. Like they know my legal name. Like, why are you using my stage name to brag about me? Right. It's weird.
Yeah. They don't make the connection. Yeah.
It was weird, but I also did her kind of wrong. So she had nothing.
How many relationships have you been in?
A few. Like
literally a few?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, same.
Oh yeah. Like I've been emotionally distant and stuck in my own fucking, stuck in my own ways for a very long time. And I definitely was dating someone for a little while who like literally invited me over for a home cooked meal. And like, while I had a fucking piece of pot roast in my mouth, like, what are we doing here? And I responded with,
People are like, so it's the whole religious upbringing thing that's really prompted. I mean, marriage is a construct based around religion, is it not? And that's what people in society all base like their goals and stuff around. It's, I don't know. I was raised without religion. My parents were both raised in religion, but they decided not to put that on me and my sister. I think my dad was like Catholic, and I don't know. My mom was some kind of Christian sect. I don't know. But yeah, they didn't push anything on me, and I grew up like atheistic, and so I didn't like put those values on sex. I didn't really plan around like a husband or what have you, like the ideas of a husband. Marriage and all that was just like not on my spectrum, not important. But it's crazy how much of like the current dating world and stuff is still based around that,
well, societal norms. I'm of two minds of it. Society. Like on one hand, I'm like, I don't really care about the government incorporating my love.
Yeah, right.
But on the other hand, after dealing with my father's death and shit, like if you don't have like legal next to kin, it adds so many fucking headaches. Like if you're like, oh, hey, I've been involved with this person for 20 years, but they're not legally my fucking wife. They can't, unless I've gone through the headache of setting up power of attorney, can't make any life or death decisions for me.
Yeah. He had a partner at the time?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
But like it caused me to think about all that shit.
Right.
Like I don't want kids, obviously, by my wanting to get a vasectomy this year. Mm-hmm. The fact that like if I was not his next to kin, there would have been nobody to fucking make decisions.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not going to have kids. So in theory, I need a spouse or I got to draw paperwork for someone. Like, that's a weird decision to be like, hey, I trust you enough to pull the plug for me, baby.
Yeah, that's a crazy abstraction for sure.
I love you so much that you'll pull the plug for me.
See, for me, when I got out of the military, I actually got out with a medical retirement. I had a bad time in the military. I got stalked by another service member to the point where I had to be emergency relocated from Illinois to Washington. And that drove me into insanity, I guess, if you will. So I got medically retired. And so like I have these benefits that follow me. I mean, thank God for them. I'm grateful for all the burdens I went through because like it put me at this spot where I get, my pension. I get like my health care for the rest of my life. And I get free healthcare for the rest of my life, essentially, and my GI Bill. But these are things that like someone can marry into. If I had a dependent, a spouse or a child or whatever, they would also get like all of my benefits, and my benefits would only go up from there. So that's like a way that I mean, like I'm not looking for a person, but I also
you're not looking. But Rory, will you marry me?
When I have like friends that are going through like medical things, I'm like, and they don't have insurance. No one in the industry has insurance. These girls, these babies, they don't have insurance, and it drives me crazy.
Audience, that wasn't a no.
If you need some crazy surgery, Matt, like, yeah.
Believe it or not, I have insurance.
Wow, look at you, Mr. Responsible.
Yeah.
But
I'm old.
He's been through a thing or two. But yeah. Sometimes like when my friends are going through like, burdens like that, I'm like, the out is right here, like I've got the answer, but like it's not something
No, I just want to stop paying
to
for my insurance.
away.
I will marry you to stop paying for my insurance.
Yeah, I can't imagine how expensive it is for you people.
Right. So Rory, will you marry me?
I'll drink to that.
Dope. First engagement on the show. Not my first engagement, but first engagement on the show.
Jeez.
Once again, she didn't say no.
I'm saving myself for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I don't know who that is.
I don't think he knows who he is.
Well, yeah, he's a fictional character.
You don't think Jesus was like an actual human and like the story just went too far?
I mean, he might have been. He might have been a Jewish carpenter.
Yeah. I think he was real. But the story just went on too far and kept promoting like praising a human instead of praising like the story behind the abstraction behind it.
Don't worry.
Also, I keep realizing that like I'm having a conversation with you this way and not this way. So
it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. In 2,000 years, Scientology will be the primary religion.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Is it though? Is it?
I mean, we now well, okay, I guess I'm going to step on my own words here, but we now perceive Scientology as being crazy.
Yeah, and the Romans did for Christianity.
Exactly.
And Scientology, like, I have no love for Scientology. Though I'm within earshot, please don't kill me. I have no love for them, but at the end of the day, their marketing plan of indoctrinating celebrities,
yeah,
it plays into American culture real well.
Whenever I hear Scientology, I just see Tom Cruise jumping on Oprah's couch.
I see him impregnating poor Katie Holmes.
He got her pregnant. I know that like he was like trying to trap her, but I thought they got divorced.
Oh no, he still knocked her up first.
Oh man, she had the baby.
Yeah,
what a life. Didn't they name their kid like Apple or something?
You know that? No,
was that a different celebrity?
That's Gwyneth Paltrow's kid. Why do I know that off the top of my head?
I know, for real. I'm so glad you did too. So I'm not just like saying things. So
Rory just trapped me.
Apple.
Rory just trapped me on my own fucking show. She's like, oh, I bet he knows who's Apple. I'm gonna pee now. God damn it. So you have to hold down the fort. What horrible things did you say to the camera while I was gone?
You can check that in post.
I will. I have to edit this. I think you were talking shit about how long it took me to pee.
I was talking about your narrow urethra.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And how probable it is that it's true based on the scale of time between my urination and then, like, your urination, you know?
Yeah, and how few people have gotten pregnant, so...
How few? Have you gotten anyone pregnant?
No, 0. I'm batting 1,000.
That's amazing.
Right? The amount of unprotected sex I've had, the fact that I've gotten 0 people pregnant.
This guy fucks.
On occasion. On occasion. It's one of those things, like, I've never had a pregnancy scare. Like, and it makes me so fucking happy. Like, what? I've been sexually active for 25 years now? Math's hard.
Yeah, I think that checks out.
Yeah, that actually checks out. 25. I've been sexually active for 25 years, which also, I've talked about this on air, it weirds me out the way, like, they bring me in to play someone's father. I'm like, oh, I actually could have fathered you. Fuck.
Yeah.
The last dad role I played Kendra Spade's father. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually have been sexually active longer than you've been alive. Fuck.
I can't imagine a dad role without like the fucking.
Yeah, no.
Huh. Well, actually, no. It's probably like the stepchildren. Like
no. She played my daughter. It was a girl scene.
Oh, okay.
And I was just her ridiculous dad. Like it was supposed to be tennis practice, but then we got to the set and there was no tennis court, so we had to do badminton.
Badminton. Of all the things.
And all the costuming said tennis. Like, I had a tennis,
Wait, what's the difference between, like, the look of badminton and tennis? Because, like, they're both, like, racket sports, you know?
Tennis has balls. Badminton has birdies.
Okay, is that the only thing? So, like, you were dressed in tennis wear,
well, but tennis has an actual court. Badminton is just you put up a fucking
badminton gear. Keeps talking over him. Go on.
It's okay. It's okay.
Big cat.
It's your show, Rory.
He's just here to chirp it.
Exactly. Good callback. But yeah, it was really weird to be like, oh, hey, I legitimately could have fathered you. Fuck.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's weird to think. Thankfully, it did not happen. I have friends who have kids that are like off to college now. And it's fucking weird.
Expensive.
I mean, that's their problem.
A child is an expensive mistake.
Well, in their defense, I don't think their kids were mistakes.
A child is an expensive mistake.
Well, I agree with you.
Doubles down on it.
I agree. I wholeheartily agree with you. But these people were in love and had kids.
No, I respect that. There's a part of me that wants to procreate.
Why?
Just, because I have a very high IQ, and I feel like it would be disserving my society to die with it.
I disagree.
So I just die without procreating.
Yeah.
No, I mean, society sucks so much. So like the idea of
you want to
bringing
subject
a child up in.
You want to subject another human to this shit?
No, I would raise it outside of society.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to like the village, some village in South America, and raise.
There's a society there too.
Feasible people. I mean, okay. Touche.
I'm just saying, the idiots have won. Why fucking subject someone else to their stupidity?
It could make the world better.
Could it? Or you could subject someone else to like emotional trauma and depression and them feeling hopeless about how bad the world is.
You don't think because you've been through depression, etc. I know we all have.
That's a big assumption.
It's really not. This is America we live in.
I could be an idiot and be
and you've
happy
overcome it, you know.
I could be an idiot and be happy all the time.
And you've overcome it, so like you know like what you did to overcome it. So don't you think if you had kids and they were going through something that you would be able to like help lift them out of it?
Fuck no. I think
I would. I think I could.
No, I've talked about this on there before. Like I have zero idea what I would instill in children because it's like I grew up in the Midwest. I was instilled with Midwestern values of like hard day's work will be rewarded. That's bullshit. Like this life is all about who you know, not what you know.
Right.
Being the most attractive you can as humanly possible will get you free shit.
For real, I will say my life, and I've reflected on this a couple times. My life has been way easier than the average Joe because I have been at least a little more attractive than most people. Yeah. And I'm conscious of it. I'm aware of it.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's zero, but it's not the values I was instilled with.
Right.
And it's like, part of me feels hypocritical to be like, yo, kid, don't leave the house unless you're looking beautiful.
Right. No, absolutely.
Like,
it's not something. That's not something.
Hey, kid, ladder climb because it will get you further than actually putting in hard work.
Okay, so how do you push toward physical aesthetics without deteriorating some kind of mental space for the kid?
I pull out. I pull out and don't do it.
I have to pee again.
Oh, who's got the small bladder now?
I mean, I'm a 5'3", 115-pound girl.
Okay.
So my organs reflect that.
How do you know you have proportional organs? How do you know?
Same way you know how you have a narrow urethra.
I have cinematic proof of it.
Cinematic proof. We'll let the sounding do the test.
You are never going to sound me. You are never going to sound me.
What about docking?
I don't have a foreskin.
Well.
Rory is stumped on the lack of foreskin. Jesus Christ, that was fast. Maybe I got prostate cancer. Maybe that's why I need to pee so long. She did not.
Maybe you do have prostate cancer. When's the last time you got a checkup?
Never.
You want one?
You gonna try to stick a finger in my butt right now? Wow, Rory. Wow. Do you even know what you're looking for, or you just want to stick a finger in my ass?
No, I have no clue what I'm looking for.
So she just wants to stick a finger in my ass. Got it.
I'll have Google open at the same time, you know.
Jesus Christ. Since this show started, you've just wanted to penetrate me with things. I'm a little flattered.
I mean,
I'm a little flattered.
Hey,
many people would pay lots of money for you to penetrate them.
That's so true.
I'm flattered that you want to give me what should be thousands of dollars for free.
Yeah.
There's no argument. Just, yeah.
I had a guy pay me a lot of money to fist him once.
I love that she's just like, yeah, it's worth lots of money, and I would do it for free. Like, I'm flattered, Rory. I'm flattered, Rory. Really flattered. Thank you. It's okay.
I have to stop flirting with Matt.
Do you?
He's starting to internalize it.
Starting. None of these things are true. I mean, mostly the you don't have to stop part.
I love it.
It's half the fun, right?
Where do we go from here?
To hell?
Conversationally.
To hell? I mean, this is a silly fucking episode for sure. This is absolutely...
I've been having fun. Yeah, this is great conversation. It is.
I know you've been having fun.
I hope.
Not to like stroke my own ego, but I know you've been having fun. Wow!
Very menial. Very menial. Tiny amount of fun.
The tee. Wow. Wow.
Okay, but I giggle every 3 seconds. You can listen back to the whole episode, and that's literally how often I giggle.
Yeah, that means you've been having fun the whole time.
It's part of my verbal communication at this point.
Leads me to believe you've been having fun the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I have fun.
Okay.
Do you want some of the sake?
Not in my glass of whiskey.
You have like 1 sip of whiskey in there.
Rory's trying to get me drunk,
sake.
folks.
I'm not trying to get you drunk.
There was such a pregnant pause in that shit. Wow, Rory. Wow. Why are you trying to get me drunk?
I'm thinking I should probably keep working on this water.
Whatever you gotta do.
You get to be drunk and stay here, and I get to be drunk and have to get myself home.
Future problems. Future Rory has to deal with that. I mean, we're definitely ordering food after this. So.
Hey, yeah, that's right. We both haven't eaten yet.
Right.
This makes sense. Sorry, I giggled again. He might think that I'm coming on to him.
I mean, he knows. He knows. There's no thought process in it. He knows. Like, he needs oxygen to breathe. Rory's coming on to him. These are things he knows.
Jesus Christ.
Once again, no denial, folks. No denial. No denial.
All right.
That's probably not making it into
Take
post.
me to Europe, Poppy.
Taking me to Korea.
Take me to North Korea.
South. Like, I'm not letting you choose a destination. I want to go to South Korea. So if you want to come with, you can come with.
If you take me to North Korea and you bring me back in one piece, that's how I know it's real.
Nothing's real. Nothing's real. This is all.
Is time even linear?
No.
It's not. It's not.
Everything is just what our brain interprets.
Yeah. I could die and I can come back as someone in the 1400s. And I probably did, and I probably will, and I probably have. And
I mean, that's
you
horrible.
probably have, and I
That's
probably
horrible.
have been you. We're the same like energy reincarnated from one to the other.
Rory,
Yeah.
for the same person, why did you make all these bad choices?
For life experience, man. Fuck it.
Fair. Fair. And that's why
At a certain point, you said fuck it.
I said fuck it a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's also one of those things like, why would you want to live up to someone else's fucking life expectations? Why would you want to live a life based on someone else's fucking...
Yeah, that's been a whole issue that I've had with society my entire life. I realized this as an adult that I am socially non-conformative. Anything that society wants me to do, even if something as small as like watch something that's like mainstream, like happening.
Have you not seen
right
Game
now.
of Thrones?
I've seen Game of Thrones. I haven't seen. I did not watch the last season, first of all. But I haven't seen.
Society did not want you to watch the last season.
That's true. I haven't seen like Squid Games or like the more current kind of things.
I mean, Squid Game's entertaining.
Yeah,
it is. Society's not always wrong.
Yeah. No, it is.
No, it's not always wrong. Not always wrong.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it at like the time that it's popular. I always watch things way after the fact.
Well, now would be the time.
Anyway.
Like, no Squid Game.
Hey, what's your favorite movie?
I can't name one.
Mine's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's so good, and I think it's because I feel like a big part of it is because it's set in the place that I grew up in. It's set in this area, It's set. around that one city that I'm not going to name.
Hollywood? Is it?
No. Manson murders and stuff. Have you seen it? Do you like it?
I do. I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw it in theaters.
Oh, hell yeah. I caught onto it after the fact, but I've watched it at least 40 times
Have you ever been to Musso and Frank's?
since then. No.
Really?
Are we going to go?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, not tonight.
Of course not tonight.
How have you never been to Musso and Frank's?
Where's it at?
Hollywood Boulevard.
I just haven't been there. I live in the valley, man. Like I
fucking
live
scene
outside
the scene
like
with
LA
fucking
proper.
No, actually the valley's LA proper.
Well, I mean it's LA County, but
No. Most of the valley is Los Angeles.
I would never call San Fernando Los Angeles.
All that shit is actually LA.
Anyway, so where's
It's on Hollywood Boulevard. The scene with De Niro or Pacino and Leo when they talk about his fucking spaghetti westerns.
Yeah.
That's in Musso and Frank's.
Okay.
They did not redecorate for that.
Man. Can we watch that later while
Sure.
we're waiting for food?
Yeah, we can.
Oh man. This is getting good.
Yeah. No, I love Tarantino.
Hell yeah. Likewise.
I saw Pulp Fiction in the theaters.
That's crazy to me because I never saw Pulp Fiction until I think the first time I saw it when I was maybe when I was 15, and I revisited it maybe like a little older in like my early 20s.
I mean, technically the first time I saw it, I was 13.
Oh, wait.
It came out in 94.
But you're like 14 years older than me.
I am.
I cuff my hand as if like I'm blocking him out from hearing me.
Yeah, I know how old I am. Yeah, I saw it in a second run theater in 94.
Yeah.
Like some older friends of mine, like, we're going to go see Pulp Fiction. I'm like, okay, can I come with? And holy fuck, to bring out the Gimp scene blew my fucking mind at 13. Like,
yeah.
I should not be seeing this.
Yeah. Crazy.
I had a wild, unsupervised youth.
Yeah, I think you could trace back like all of Matt's psychology on like the films that he consumed when he was younger. Absolutely.
I mean, I definitely saw No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan at a very young age, too.
I don't know what you're referencing right now.
You shouldn't. It's a bad movie. It's a fucking bad movie.
I remember when he had like a reality TV show. I don't know of any movies. Anyway.
He had a handful. He had he had a handful of movies, but No Holds Barred was like a weird pro wrestling-esque movie with Tiny Lista as playing Zeus.
Oh, interesting.
Not really. God, what year did that movie fucking come out? I was wildly unsupervised as a child.
Same. I also come from a family of neglect. A household of
1989.
neglect.
That movie came out in 1980 fucking 9.
Mm-hmm. That was 6 years before my time.
Yep.
Yep.
That makes good math because I was 8 at the time.
You were 8. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We figured out our age difference. Cool.
Now we can do any math based on that.
Oh my god. Shit show, Rory. This is a shit show. Good.
Hey,
It's a good.
hopefully one of your more interesting episodes.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, I was definitely exposed to a bunch of movies I probably shouldn't have seen.
What was it about movies? Was it like the plot of things that like you really enjoyed, or like the cinematic, like aesthetic effect of things that you really enjoyed, or like writing or directing? What was it like in movies that made you turn to them?
As a medium, I love the storytelling.
Okay.
As someone who wanted to create them, it's a weird like, oh hey, that's my stamp of immortality.
Oh, yeah. You're leaving a mark on the world.
Yeah, that's my fucking mark on the world. That's legacy.
Your production. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, Humphrey Bogart's been dead how long? And we still remember Casablanca.
I still don't know what you're saying. Humphrey
Bogart?
Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart?
You're fucking with me right now. I know you are.
I'm really not.
You've never seen Casablanca.
Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart.
Okay.
You've never seen The Maltese Falcon. You've never seen Casablanca.
I've never seen Casablanca, but I've caught references to it over the years. Most recently in La La Land, they make Casablanca references, but I've never actually seen Casablanca.
Okay, we're watching that.
fuck, I'm gonna be caught up in fucking Casablanca.
I mean, you're gonna live here for the next 2 days. We're gonna watch some movies. Hope you don't have any shoots. Sorry, folks. I'm kidnapping Rory to introduce her to classic movies.
I only get last minute stuff. Just kidding. People book me ahead of time.
I did.
Hey, that's what's up.
I did, and she almost canceled.
No, I almost rescheduled. I did reschedule for an hour.
Tried to reschedule to tomorrow, but
well, I was just curious. I don't know. I wasn't sure how much of a burden it would be for you.
Massive burden.
Yeah, I'm so glad we didn't do this. I'm so glad we chose to just cancel it completely.
Same. Like, why would I book it?
Literally, because I was just a new person that you had talked to. I reached out to you for technical help and starting my own podcast, and you're like, so I can get you on my books, right? And that's how that happened.
Not far from the truth. To be fair, some rando fan was like, you should book Rory. Well, like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should. I'm talking to her about other things.
Really? Someone said you should book me?
Oh yeah, this is like some
I just knew that people were like, when I posted about like needing podcast help, people were like, Matt, this is the one for you, or
Well, I mean that happened, but like other people were like,
okay.
Other rando fans were like, oh, why has Rory not been on the show?
Oh yeah, okay. I like this idea that you have fans that are going to enjoy hearing that I came on and listening to me right now. This is for you.
They will enjoy 2 hours of you flirting with me.
I hate my life.
Do you? Why do you hate your life? Why?
For this night.
I have whiskey in my glass still. I'm not drinking sake.
Could you? I'm sure that tastes crazy together.
Sounds horrible.
Sake.
I mean, I'll pour you some if you really.
Oh no! I want you to be the one that tries it. I don't want to be the one that tries it.
Why do I have to be your guinea pig? It's bad enough you're trying to penetrate me. I'm not going to enable it by.
Bad enough, or okay, yeah, I guess it's bad.
Yeah, I'm not getting sounded. That's not happening.
I've never done that to a guy, but I'm very curious of it.
You should keep being curious about it. Like,
I never thought I would be so into fisting guys until I fisted a guy. So yeah, sounding probably has the same effect.
Probably. Let me know how that goes. I won't be there for it. I won't be. Nothing is going in my urethra.
Buys a tiny metal rod on Amazon right now.
I am old school enough that
Oh, Callie Rose has just hit me up. Names drop. I apologize.
I am old school enough that for gonorrhea and chlamydia back in the day, they had to Q-tip your fucking urethra.
Yeah.
And boy, that was fucking misery.
Okay, maybe it's like anal where you just have to breathe through it. You have to.
There's no breathing through it.
The mental space, and then you just breathe through it.
There's no breathing through it.
Breathe. You allow the thing into your body. That's what anal is for me. It's a mental experience.
Right.
So just breathe. And
next
just
time you poop, does it burn? Does it burn next time you poop after anal?
No.
Well, after getting my dick Q-tipped for an STD test, next time I peed, still burned. That's
unfortunate.
Right. So the idea of sounding, hard pass.
All right.
Rory's just taking off that emotion. I'm done. There's no sounding. I'm out.
All right. I had to do that for a visual cue.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you committing to the bit. We have gone off on such random fucking tangents.
Yeah. Remember that question you asked me at the very beginning? What are you up to lately? And then here we are at this point in the conversation.
Yeah, that's how this podcast goes sometimes.
Hey, no, for sure. It works. I like that. And when I do my own podcast thing, I want a lot of it to be the conversational bit.
And hopefully a little more structured.
A little structured, but I want a lot of the conversational back and forth. I will be pulling things back to where when they go too far.
See, I don't think that they ever go too far.
I mean, because you don't have a basis point or a structure.
There's a little structure, a little.
Okay.
My overall goal, and I said this all time and time again, is I want the audience to feel like they just walked into a conversation that we were having at a bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is essentially what this whole thing has been. So it's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth in advertising.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. I like. That was a weird cupping for the. Are you afraid
I feel like it was a callback because I've been doing it.
Okay. I was just curious. You were like, do you not want me to see that?
It was it was a callback.
Oh my god, a callback! Not a callback. Anything but a callback.
It's all I know. The only podcast I really listen to is, like we talked about, Comedy Bang Bang, which is an improv podcast. Codcast.
I can't believe in the couple weeks since I booked you, you haven't listened to a single episode of this show.
Was I supposed to?
No.
No, you told me like what it was. It's like a conversational, as if we were drinking at the end or talking at the end of the bar.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you weren't curious and you weren't.
Nah.
You're like, nah.
Free time.
Going into the ship blind.
I spend my free time playing Sudoku. That's it.
Sudoku. Wow.
Yes.
How old are you?
94.
Apparently, you're the elder at this fucking table, not me.
I play like a ridiculous amount of Sudoku.
You play some mahjong too?
I have been known to fuck around with Rumi.
Oh shit. I think I broke Rory. She's just laughing randomly.
Hey, it only happened twice. Okay. Have you ever seen Twin Peaks?
Which one? Like Fire Walk with Me or
like the series?
The new one on Showtime or the original?
Like the original 2 seasons.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, Fire Walk with Me. Sure you noticed it. Right.
I mean, I saw the walk me.
Anyway, I just remember my hysterical laughing reminded me of Agent Dale Cooper at the end going, where is spoiler?
Spoiler for like a 30-year-old show.
I know. Where's Annie? And like, laughing like the broken mirror. So I'm just gonna be like in your bathroom, like cranking my head against the mirror. Like,
so are you a fan of Lynch?
I I haven't gone too much into his other works. I just really, really, really like Twin Peaks.
You've never seen Mulholland Drive or Blue Velvet? Really?
Really? Do you want to show me?
Sure.
Okay, we have like a movie list now.
Apparently, Rory and I are going to be hanging out a lot.
Matt and I are going to hang out. We're going to watch movies. Hey, maybe that's like another like web series.
Matt and Rory watch movies?
Hey, everyone else does it.
Now we're derivative and doing a thing that... Wow.
Oh, I just stomped on the floor in jest, and now I just realized I'm annoying your neighbor.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck the 4th floor.
Fuck the 4th. Wow, way to dox me and let people know I live on the 5th floor. Thanks, Rory. Thanks.
I'm so sorry that your whole household is going to get murdered because of me.
No, I mean, unfortunately, poor home invaders are going to get murdered because of you. I ain't going out like that.
You have firearms here?
I do.
Oh.
No, they're not under the goddamn table. You think I'm going to let a fucking firearm be in arm's reach of a random porn star?
Okay, fair.
Like, that's how I die.
So, right next to your bed.
One of them.
Behind one of the frames.
Just,
I just start ripping things off walls. It's behind the sound.
I mean, that's how I go get a gun. Like, when you start ripping things off, I'm like, okay, well, it's about that time. I've only had to possibly shoot a guest once.
Were they robbing you?
No, they punched me in the head.
Was this a person you thought was your friend?
This was someone who got booked. Did
you offend them?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm assuming that's why they punched me in the head.
The people's ego, people's egos are crazy.
I mean, mostly
ego's going to be the death of the world.
I mean, I've told the story on air, but mostly it was probably me being dismissive when they told me they could kick my ass.
You were what?
Dismissive.
Oh.
I went whatever you
like,
whatever you say,
sure.
man.
Yeah. And then they tried to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
That's ego.
Yeah, and then he punched me in the head. And then when he went to his bathroom, I went and got a gun.
Don't fuck with Matt.
And then like I've told the story on air, but like it was one of those things like I didn't pull it because it didn't escalate. I wanted to de-escalate the situation.
Oh, okay. So he didn't know that you had the gun on you. Okay, gotcha. But you did arm yourself because you didn't know how it was going
I didn't know this dude, and he assaulted me in my own fucking home.
Yeah. That's a crazy thing to do.
Right. So like I got him out of my house, de-escalated the situation, but like if he had gone to assault me again, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now because I probably would have been sued to death by his fucking very rich father.
That's fair. Is there a lot of nepotism in porn?
Oh, this wasn't a porn star. This is mainstream.
Oh, okay, got you. In that case, yeah, there's probably a lot of nepotism.
When we're off air, I'll tell you who it was, but
okay, terrific. Your listeners probably already know.
No, like
no.
I managed to keep that person's name off air. I mean, we told the story.
The episode came out.
No, we never aired the episode.
Oh, got you.
Which, holy fuck! I wish I could have aired that episode because it was such a shit show.
Oh boy!
Like some of the wildest stories that I've ever been told.
Watch that when Matt and I become really good friends. Watch that. Listen to that. Matt and I become really good friends.
Yeah, like some of the wildest stories I've ever been told in the show were told during that episode that never aired.
Oh man,
it was such a shit show. And this is the before I was doing video. It was audio only, so
okay.
And I had to I'm sorry for the audience who's heard the story, but yeah, I had my buddy who helped set it up. I had to hit him up and be like, "What the fuck was that?" And I had to explain to him that because he's like, "What were you going to shoot him in the leg?" I'm like, "That's not how firearms work in real life. I was going to shoot him center mass and end the threat. You're ex-military. You know how actual guns work."
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I ranked okay in my gun shooting.
Yeah, you don't shoot people in the leg.
I mean, if you're trying not to kill them, sure, but you're trying to kill them?
Rory, you were trained in firearms. Were you trained to shoot people?
If he's armed and he has a gun as well, then of course, kill him. But if he's unarmed and all he has is his hands, then just fucking flesh wounds, bro.
That is not how you were trained. I promise you, that was not how you were trained.
No, we were trained to kill.
Right, because you were trained just as well as I was.
You're a civilian. And this isn't warfare.
Well, guess what? I have a lot of armed security background. And I was trained just as well as you were.
You said that.
Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go on.
Just as well as you were, that you shoot to end a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not aiming for extremities because when people move, that's when you miss. Center mass is also because it's just a fucking hit.
It's true. Yeah. Because even if you're off one way or the other, you're still hitting something.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Is that what you shoot? Right?
Hmm? I mean, not like that, but don't give me that shit you should. No, you are fucking trained by the U.S. government. No one ever trained you to shoot extremities.
Yeah, but I don't hold a gun for the U.S. government anymore. If I ever held a gun now, I would not shoot to kill.
No, I would shoot to end a threat.
Verbiage is everything.
Yeah, semantics are important.
Semantics are important.
But I don't ever want to. That's because I had other friends who were like, "Why didn't you draw the gun on him?" Because that would have escalated the situation.
Right.
That weapon was in my waistband just in case it escalated. Because I don't know this dude. He got violent with me in my own fucking home. My goal was to get him out the door. If it had escalated, I wasn't going to fight him. I was going to end the threat.
Nods non-verbally.
Technically non-verbally, yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I was able to, de-escalate the situation, get him out of my apartment.
I'll drink to that.
Me too. Because, boy, his father would have sued me into oblivion.
Was it Elon Musk and Grimes's baby AEX1?
Yes, I fought a math problem on my podcast. This is what I get for not being good at math. How does Grimes justify fucking Elon Musk?
Did you see the article that was out recently about them having a second baby and she tried to keep it a secret during an interview inside of her own home?
Honestly, how does she justify having a second kid with him when she publicly was like, he doesn't pay for my albums?
Yeah, wait, they broke up, right? I thought they did, and then they had a second baby out of nowhere. Anyway,
I mean, his dick game must be great.
I doubt that.
I do too, but why would you do that if you're
I really doubt Elon Musk's fucks.
I mean, he obviously fucks. He has kids.
I mean, I don't think he fucks, you know?
Well, I mean, why would you keep...
Is that your phone?
Possibly. I mean, why
would... embarrassing.
Why would you keep coming around? If he's not paying for your shit...
He has so much money.
But he's not using it. What good is that fucking money if he's not using it for you?
I'm sure he's buying her other things.
I mean, if you're not buying me studio time, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he should invest in her if like they have a baby. But anyway,
I've invested in worse. I've definitely invested in worse in the name of pussy.
I'm gonna have to find this out on my own. I will start a new series.
You're gonna start a podcast of Grimes Watch.
Rory, goes after Elon just to find out how that dick is.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
find out firsthand.
I feel like I need to. I owe it to the listeners now.
You're gonna pull out the IUD, be like,
"Hey, no, I'm not trying to get impregnated. I just want
why
to know
not?
how good dick is." I mean,
your next of kin would definitely be taken care of.
That's so true. Yeah, maybe. How high is his IQ? Because if I think about reproducing with a human, I consider how high their IQ is.
I mean, so you're trying to go for someone in like high double digits.
High double digits. Sorry, Matt. It won't be you.
Thank God.
Yeah, you're not ready to.
I mean, Rory, we're only gonna have anal.
It's a man after my heart.
No, after your butt.
Oh.
Duh. You think I'm gonna risk it with you?
You don't have an aortic fetish?
No.
Anyway.
Anywho. Well, I mean, what are you gonna IQ test Elon like right before you let him?
Well, consummate? I'm sure he knows what his IQ is.
You're gonna trust his judgment on it?
I'm sure he is.
That is such a sucker's play. Like, I mean, Rory, I have 129 IQ.
That's not even considerable for me. Right,
like, you're just gonna believe him, take him for his word.
I need at least 160.
Is that the barrier?
Yeah.
Technically, exceptionally gifted is 160 to 179.
Check it. Where do you think you're at?
81.
Do you know that? I doubt that.
Why do you doubt that?
I think you're smarter than that.
Well, apparently you're at 89 then.
I'm not. All right, touche. Yeah,
I'm wearing a diaper right now.
You're not. You just got up and drained your narrow urethra like 15 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, the diaper was full.
Jesus Christ. What is this like turning into?
Pure shenanigans.
Fair.
I'm wildly self-deprecating, if you hadn't guessed.
Do people just tune out at a certain point?
Yes. But that was like an hour ago, so.
Hey, if you're listening to this, please DM me on Twitter. I need to know.
Rory needs to know, what did you enjoy about this?
Unfollow Matt. That way I know it's real.
On that note. Wow. Rory's attacking my already...
I'm coming for your followers, bro.
You can share them with me. You don't have to steal them.
No, you have to pick one. I show boobs.
I do too.
Oh, fuck. This is way more difficult than I thought. Okay, yeah.
I'll show some trunk if you stick around.
Can I check your prostate?
No.
There's no...
Not you stick around. My Twitter followers, they definitely can't check my prostate.
So I'm going to start GoFundMe so we can afford a doctor to check Matt's prostate.
I have insurance. So I'm not marrying you.
Fun. Yeah, I wouldn't waste it on someone that had insurance. I would not waste my marriage.
Right?
Well, I'm glad that's never going to happen between us.
I'm glad we settled this. First night hanging out in person. We've already established we're not getting married.
It's solid too, because
we're apparently going to watch a bunch of movies together, but not get married.
Hey, that's all I want out of a friendship.
I don't believe you.
Unless your IQ is over 160, then I might want more.
78. It just keeps going down.
I know, right? That's not what you said earlier. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm glad that you acknowledged that.
Yes, Rory. Every moment around you, it just keeps going down.
That was clever, and I hate you. I'm going to punch you in the head.
Wouldn't be the first.
Here I come.
Hey, before you punch me in the head, why don't we call last call on this motherfucker? You can order some food. Where can they find you on the things?
My handle is all over the place. It is all at Rory Knox. RORYKNOX. That's me. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and OnlyFans if you feel so inclined. Yeah. Unfollow Matt before you follow me though. That way I know it's real.
Wow.
If you follow me and I check your page and I see that we have a mutual follower, we're gonna have beef.
I love that Rory's not gonna unfollow me herself.
No. I gotta stay on top of my competition.
Plus she still has use for me, so
yeah, you're gonna edit my podcast.
Exactly. That's right. She's gonna put me to work, folks. But as always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt Slayer. You can find the podcast at patreon.com/Matt Slayer. I've been drinking out on an empty stomach. And you can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink on Instagram. And until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Wow, Matt Slayer, this was a pleasure. Drink up, motherfuckers. I stole your tagline. Goodbye.